Namaste. Very happy to see you all again in our 15 minutes practice help series. It's been really wonderful to hear comments and suggestions from you all, and it's very motivating and helping me stay up. And thank you so much for that, first of all. I'm very happy that my journey is like helping some people, motivating some people, and then like it's motivating me also. It's very mutual. I'm very connected to you all right now. I'm very happy about that. So until last week, we saw some routines that I was practicing for my ankles, knee, and then some for my hip. Trying to like flex my thigh muscles, shin muscles, calf muscles, etc. So this week I thought I would share some of my experiences after that I have started working. So I started my classes and work this week. I'm a full-time dancer, so this is all I work, my admin works, everything I do by myself. So I started doing it, I started the work this week, last Monday, the previous Monday. And I felt I'm spending a lot of time sitting either for work or for hearing or for relaxing myself. I'm sitting for the most times, and also I'm sitting on a couch or like in a comfy chair or like a rocking chair, whatnot. So I just felt that those things stiffens my body even more. Even if I do a workout, a warm up, do flex workouts in the morning, by the end of the day I'm again tighter because of sitting on comfy chairs or for sitting for a long time. I'm not sure. So I started realizing maybe I'll try something while I'm sitting down. And then I started trying to bend my knees while I'm sitting down. So we usually, in my dance classes, when we are in-person dance classes, we basically sit down. We don't evidently sit on a table or anywhere. I sit down and teach, and my students also sit down on the floor while they're doing theory and hand gestures. So we used to sit like this, and then I used to teach like this, and then they used to sit in front of me whenever they're doing hand gestures, etc. So I started trying that to do on the chair. Of course, Padmasana is not a very comfy pose on a chair because the chair is so small and it will actually hit your knee. So I was trying to sit like, okay, I have a chair, let me show. So this is the chair I use for my dance classes. So I started sitting like this, and then I started sitting like this. Like we used to sit on the floor. I used to sit like this, and then teach classes like this. So also for me, the more I bend the knee and keep my knee bent, or like do the bending stretching thing as much, that actually helps me while doing others. Like when we are doing this, if I'm not bending my knee as much during the day or something, my knee gets stiffened, and sometimes I start lifting all my leg instead of lifting my feet. Also, my husband uses this thing. I have not tried it, but he says it is good for him. So he uses that like a board, that like wiggly board. So he keeps his feet on that and tries to like keep moving it like that. I never tried. I just tried by myself. I don't have that board, so I just sit on a chair and then keep doing this. Like for example, if I'm sitting on a chair like this, I keep doing this. Like on the floor all the time. I don't lift my feet while in class, but I just do it like this on the floor. So heel up, toe up, heel up, toe up, heel up, toe up, heel up, toe up. And then I try to knot my legs like this, and then stretch them out, and then swing them back, put them in, and then try to tuck my ankles behind these bars. The bar here, I try to tuck it behind that. Like, just try to play with that. Although those things are like does not actually help me, but at least it will let my muscles keep moving. It won't keep them stiff. So that I do, and then while the warm-ups, I try to do a lot of back bends to stretch my upper body, because what I felt was while sitting in the chair and working, my upper body is pretty tightened. I'm keeping my hands like this on the keyboard, mouse, and sitting like this mostly. My upper body is pretty tightened and my monitor is here. So I try to keep it up a little bit so I can keep my chin up. And then I just keep it like this. Still my upper body is tightened. So I thought I will start doing some little bit of like upper body warm-ups while dancing. So I do a lot of back bends, just not bending my knee. I just try to like lean back, lean back, lean back. So sometimes what I do is, I'm going to turn my camera a little bit to show you. Yes, there is a wall here. Remove my chair. So right here, so here's the switchboard, or here's the base of this one. So I try to keep that as a target and then try to see that or touch that. So I go like this and then extend my hands. And do that. So that will actually stretch your front body upward. And then I do this for the forward. Same thing, there's a switchboard here or here, and I'll keep this base. And then I try to go down. And when I'm comfortable, I can put my hand a bit down and then more down. And when this posture is comfortable, I try this. By doing all this, while doing both the back bends and the front ones, I try to bend only from my torso and not from my head. And I very, very consciously try not to bend my knee. Like while doing here, I try to keep my knee very, very straight. And same thing while doing here, while this one, I come closer. While this one, I again try to keep my knee very tucked in. And try to stay there for about 5 counts, but comfort matters. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 3, sometimes 10, 25, 50. It's absolutely our comfort. Stiram Sukham Asana. I keep saying that because our body tells us what to do and it definitely knows what to do. Especially if we do not have a trainer like in person or like even online to guide us. If you're doing it by ourselves, then I would highly, highly go with the body recommendation. Our body knows what to do. So those things I do for the upper body to like stretch out. And then I try to keep my monitor a little bit upper the eye level. And then I see my monitor like this. So at least the chin is up, like this. At least the chin is up. I also sometimes switch between the standing table and sitting table. This table allows me to like lift it up and bring it down. No switch things, I have to lift it up all the way with my hand. That's again a workout. So I lift it up and then keep it a little bit above my eye level when I'm standing. So I just stand like this and work. And then when I'm sitting also keep my monitor a little bit high. So my chin is up. I tried that. So these things while working, of course we spend up to like 8 to 10 hours working. sometimes more than that. Um, so when we isolate the upper body away and hip and down away, I mean the leg and down away from the core, from the hip, then the core is going to be very, very relaxed. So then if the core does not have any weight to bear on, I feel like it will start respond. It will be able to like move as it wants. Like for example, when we do here, if my upper body is relying on my core, then it may have a hard time getting up. But now when I'm lifting up from my upper body, my core can feel easy. At least for the first 3 counts, right? Of course, from the 4th count, we're gonna get tired, and I'm gonna rest my upper body on my core, like shapak, hold my upper body, and then my core is gonna get wiggly. But at least for 3 counts, I feel like, okay, this is helping. So today is 3 counts. Maybe tomorrow I can go up to 4 counts. Like hope is all about it, right? So I try this when my upper body is relaxed much. And then I try do this. Left, drop, left. See, as I told you, I'm putting my weight on my core because my body is getting tired and I'm starting to put my weight on my core. So, like this. Drop, left, drop, left, drop, left, drop, left. While doing that, I try to keep my heels up and not to put weight on my ankles either. So what eventually happens is, while on Warmup and while doing that, our ankle may start feeling a little weight. I try to like not put my weight on the ankle, but if it happens, it happens. It is not bad. So that's why I start from like 2-3 times a day, like 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left, and that's it. Say no more. And then maybe next day or like after 2 days, I try again for like 3 counts plus 1 maybe if my body lets me to. Or if it still says I only want 3 counts, just take it. I'll just go with the 3 counts then. So that's another thing I do. And then I try to do this. I go to this Prayarita Mandalam like Aramandi but spread apart. And then keep my hands straight and try to turn like this. While doing that, I'm trying to keep my hips straight and trying to turn only my torso. That's the aim. But if the hip is turning, it's okay, it can get controlled. As I do it is what I think. So my aim is to like turn my torso away from my hip. And then I try to do the same thing on the Prayarita Mandalam. I turn and turn my torso a little bit more. While doing that, I push my heels, stretch my knee inside. I will do that. So this is a very famous workout from my teacher. I have learned this one from my guru Mohan sir and Catherine auntie in Berkeley. So I think this is a famous workout. So this one is again, I love this one because it helps me stretch my torso. And I reset, stretch again, reset. So the main aim is to stretch your knee, stretch your heels up, and turn your torso. So that's another thing I do. So the more we detach parts from our hip, it's going to really help the core to like do the thing it wants to. So then, if you're able to do all that, these workouts from my ankle, knee, so these things get comforted only when the core starts to respond. Until then, I have felt a struggle. It was very hard to move. It was very, very hard to like to sit on like this, to stretch my leg like this. It was such a struggle because My thigh was very, very shaky back then. Even now it would be, but then sometimes, like for at least 2 counts, my core would hold up. After 2 counts, definitely my body is going to get tired and it's going to put all weight on my legs. The gravity is going to pull down. But then, at least the 2 counts, after like trying for a month or so, the 2 counts is happening today. I'm very happy for that. So it's a very slow process. I totally understand. It's a very, very slow process. But giving up is not an option. So I'm very, very thankful for all of you for watching my 15 minutes practice help series. In our next episode, I will try to share my journey on flexing my shoulders, hands, and those warm-ups that I do for my hands and shoulders basically. Thank you so much for all your support. We'll see you in the next one.